Tyler Trade sits at his desk, coffee in hand. The NASDAQ chart's on his screen, he's in command. He's a day trader, chasing dollars and dreams. Using ICT concepts, he's got some tricks up his sleeves. From Fibonacci retracements to volume spread analysis, Tyler knows the smart money, he's gaining an advantage. He watches the market like a hawk in the sky. With every tick and every turn, he's catching the high. Running with the smart money, kicking up dust. Tyler Trade's a day trader you can trust. Dancing with the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire. Dancing with the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire.
Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. Welcome to the post FOMC stream. What's going on, boys and girls? Say what's up in the chat. Let me know where you guys are calling in from. Like the stream, all that good stuff. Welcome in, boys and girls. Good morning. Well, good afternoon. I always want to say good morning. What's up, Ivan? What's up, Jose? Billy, Online Matt, Cheesecake, Jose, Xavi, Rotten Chicken, Mazer, Nika, good afternoon. Good to see you. Track, Saul, Islam, Mad Buyer, Football Vibes. What's going on, guys? Good to see you. The day we were expecting a chop AM, we got the best AM of the week. Yeah, this AM wasn't too bad. I didn't trade it at all. But I looked back at it. I thought there was some moves that could have made a lot of sense if anybody was trading AM session. What's up, Soné? What's up, Homid? Heather Marks. What's up, Heather? Tell the fam I said hello. Good to see you. What's up, Money Glitch? What's up, Meta? Kelsic. All right, guys, let's dive into the charts. And we'll start gearing up here for the post-FOMC action. So, obviously, the rates came out unchanged. What is this? In conjunction FOMC, meeting held June. Okay. Nothing really there. So, yeah, rates, as expected, remained unchanged. Obviously, we still got a nice reaction here at the Fed funds rate decision. And we have Powell speaking in, what do we got now? Like 20 minutes or so. So, you know, it can kind of be hit or miss depending on how much movement we get between the actual Fed funds rate decision and then seeing an actual move take place once Powell starts speaking. So we'll probably be, in all likelihood, potentially waiting on that. But going into kind of these higher time frames now, to me, we are still trapped in the middle of the range. You know, just looking at like the hourly, the 4 hour. So you can see basically today's price action in these last couple 4 hour candles. And we are holding this bearish order block here on the 4 hour pretty nicely with these bodies. Previous 4 hour candle obviously just closed. This new one just opened up literally an hour ago. So as of right now, we are holding this, and I would not mind the move to the downside. I didn't know how aggressive of a move we were going to get at the FOMC release. Obviously, we were waiting to see if the rates were going to get changed at all or not. But given that they weren't changed, to me, this should still respect the order flow until proven otherwise, in terms of a bias at least. So as of right now, I have previous day high, previous day low marked out. We are in the middle of this range, so we are in we traded back to OT of this range. We're respecting this 4-hour order block. So to me, for right now, I think the logical bias is still leaning towards downside for the moment. We have Asia low still intact as well. So we'll just mark this out so we have it. But Asia low. And yeah, we'll see if price wants to continue this push for lower. No SMTs to note really here at the moment either. Yeah, not really. So to me, this could be a little bit choppy in here until the press conference. But I am, for the moment, favoring some downside towards Asia and previous day low. So we'll see if we get a setup to maybe trade that or not. But let me know how you guys have done today. Did anybody trade the AM session? Looking at the poll right now, bias for post FOMC move. We got a little bit more bulls. A little bit more bulls in the chat. So the bulls are still here. They ain't going anywhere apparently. Hey bro, you're the top. What does that mean? Giannis, I am the top. What's up, Jacob? Where do you see Powell speaking? I don't see none on Forex Factory. What? FOMC press conference. Powell's going to talk at the press conference. But yeah, right here on Forex Factory. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? There it is. There it is. Yeah, the meeting is, it can vary, but it's generally like 20, 30 minutes. Sometimes it goes longer. But I would say the majority of like the important topics are kind of right at the beginning of that meeting. I was sleeping in snare. I don't trade the morning of FOMC generally. I basically woke up like right at market open and I was just watching charts on my phone, if I'm being totally honest. But yeah, if you guys traded AM session, let me know how it went. What's up, pair? Didn't trade AM. Took a nice buy in AM session, says Soné. Nice. Yeah, that's... I basically tape read some longs, essentially. We ended up getting a push at the... Let's see here. I'll show you guys. This was actually the tape read that I did, sorry, was this 5 minute. So we had this run below these lows. And then basically inversion here on the 5 minute BPR, bullish for value gap, overlapping with 930 opening price. So using 930 opening candle as an order block as well. So just watch this, and we got to push back up to, these highs. But I don't know, the risk reward, if you put your stop all the way at this low, your risk reward's pretty shot. If you kind of try to get away with a tighter stop, you could have and got a better risk reward with that. But that was just what I was eyeing up this morning. Like I said, wasn't trading this morning, so everything's impressive in hindsight, right? So just scanning through these time frames here on the hourly. Yeah, again, holding the order block didn't really... Yeah, we're holding the wick on that previous 4-hour candle as well. So we'll see how much choppy action we get here leading up to the press conference. But bearish order block here on the 1 minute with a bearish fair value gap. So, if all is bearish, I would kind of anticipate this to hold. Right? Continue holding for lower. So perhaps if we see price starting to move lower here, we can look to engage. Is kind of my thought process with this, but not looking to jump in anything right at this very moment in time. Yeah, 4-hour looks a little bit choppy, but I'm just going off of the structure with this. until proven otherwise. I mean, I think if the rates maybe got cut kind of unexpectedly, I think we would have seen a lot more aggressive move higher with the FOMC release. So given that they remained unchanged, I don't think there's any too much deviation from the actual higher time frame structure that we got to worry about. So all is good that ends well. What's up, X trades? Yeah, my bias is leaning for lower right now. I'd like to see a run through Asia low, at least maybe previous day low. Previous day low did, again, another one of those moves that took place pretty much after market close, but before the end of the day. Obviously, market closed here, and then of course we get a gap down, and then we sell off to the new week opening gap. That's what this white shaded area is. We sell down to the new week opening gap. And of course it happens, after market close. So, if you guys were trading yesterday, I mean, yesterday morning we were in the Discord kind of chatting back and forth, and yeah, it was obviously choppy. London session had taken out both Asia and London. London session had taken both Asia high and low. And then we just essentially formed this broadening formation, sweeping highs, sweeping lows, a lot of, just seek and destroy action in the morning, and then finally get the sell off, in the PM session, and then they saved the actual delivery to this target for aftermarket hours. So that'd be a little annoying if you were trying to short for that, but yeah, if you guys did trade yesterday, I hope all went well. I had the day off yesterday, boys. I was out there breaking the course record for balls lost and beers drank. I think I did it. I think I did it. Well, it also that was also the expectation, Hamid, going into it's day before any of the big three is always, you can kind of expect or have your guard up more for choppier action, right? Day before FOMC, as well as the morning of FOMC, day before CPI, day before NFP, so that's one. And then two, when you see overnight action where, again, just looking at the overnight sessions, this is yesterday, right? When you see this, London takes out both Asia high and low, and then we're taking out London low and London high. This is what we're doing. It's a broadening. It'll look like a broadening, like a megaphone formation, right? So, you can trade that, but you got to anticipate that, right? You got to recognize it and then say, okay, I'm expecting shallow digs below lows and above highs, and expecting reversals back into the range. Breakout traders are going to get absolutely chopped to smithereens trying to trade in something like that. So you have to, if you can recognize it and you can adapt to it, then it's could be a lot of opportunity there, obviously, depending on how big the range is. But I know most of us perform best generally in expansion spooling markets, right? So and just a heads up for you boys and girls, obviously tomorrow we have a bank holiday, so tomorrow we won't obviously be streaming in the morning. I probably just will be taking tomorrow off completely. Maybe, yeah, I'll probably just take tomorrow off, maybe look at charts here, but not anticipating trading at all tomorrow. And then Friday, boys and girls, I will be live on Tradeify TV. So just a heads up on that. The stream will not be live on this channel Friday. I will be live on Tradeify TV Friday morning. So just a heads up on that, boys and girls. I'll post the link in the Discord Friday morning, but I'll give you the heads up in advance. Want to see us take out New York high, then see lower. Yeah, where do we got New York high at? Yeah, that was kind of what I was hoping to see. I wanted to see a bigger push, if I'm being totally honest, with that FOMC statement. And that would have been kind of the short-term target as well. But we're staying here. To me, we've basically just generated some more sell side and buy side with this move up here, right? So that's why the first thing I said when I started the stream was like, we're just in the middle of this range, and I think you could make a case for both buy side and sell side here, and we're right at like what, 50%. I'm just looking up. When in doubt, just zoom out, right? So I'm zooming out to like the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and this is what I see when I look at the 4 hour time frame chart. I'm seeing bodies respecting this OB with reason to go lower. So I do lean more bearish right now. I don't really do backtesting much anymore. I mean, I used to do a bunch of backtesting, obviously. If I were to do backtesting at this point, it would be to just like make a YouTube video about some strategy or something, but I don't really see a whole lot of value in doing that too often, to be honest. Oops. So we are starting to get this move down. Obviously, Powell speaks in like 10 minutes. That's probably the only like thing that would maybe make you hesitate and wait a little bit. But if we can leave, if we can start displacing lower and leaving behind some bearish inefficiencies, I may look to start looking to get engaged for shorts. Not really convincing me yet. Just framing this up to see the risk, but like this 5 minute looks kind of messy. 15 looks good. Obviously the 4 hour looks good, but oh, let's see if this wants to hold here. Yeah, let's go for it here, boys. I'm gonna try this short. It's about a 28 point stop. I'm using 5 micros only, so I'm not sized up too much here. Let's see if this wants to continue its move lower here. Give her a try. We'll see if I'm early. We'll see. Powell starts talking here in like 7 minutes or 8 minutes. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, he just comes to the podium wearing a purple tie and the market just dies. That'd be nice. I think that's like a. Isn't that like a conspiracy? When he wears the purple tie, it's bearish. Isn't that how that works? Thanks, Mike. Glad you like it. So yeah, not like the most precise entry here. I really just wanted to see this fair value gap if it was going to hold. And then seeing this wick away, I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try here. Because I was going to kick myself if I didn't take this. And I just watched it move without me too much. So Yeah, longs were decent this morning, Ronnie. A couple of you guys sounds like you caught them. Don't enter bearish. It's a trap. It might be a trap. I think it looks good though. I'm fine with this. I really like this 4-hour structure. So far, so good. Knock on wood. But we got Powell in like 5-6 minutes, so that crazy bastard might just say something that just, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he usually doesn't say anything good that helps the market go up, but there's a first for everything. You know? Yeah, I might have to find a side chick for when indices don't seem favorable. Maybe it'll be oil. I traded oil a little bit in 24 in August. Oh my lordy, dude. Yeah, we jinxed it. We said it was looking good, and then the market said, "Huh, hang on, he's getting hopeful here. Let's fucking reverse this shit on him." Wow. What an impulse. You know? Right here, 5 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes here before 2:30. Thanks, Jan. Close the trade, question mark? No. No, I'm not like risk too heavy on this. Probably like a 200 and something dollar loss. No, to me, like I'm looking at this as the manipulation, so I really kind of wanted to see this, the rest of this gap remain open. So I put my stop here and then see this distribute away. So I'll just take a step back and reassess things if we get above this high again. Because, I mean, yeah, let's look at the 4-hour. Like, we're going to flip this whole 4-hour candle here. That's what we'll have to do to obviously be bullish. So, look at this 15. Yeah, I don't know. I like lower. I'm using Replicanto Taden. But yeah, obviously strong. I mean, strong, fast move back up in this candle. A lot of volume. Immediately inverse this gap that we were shorting. Obviously not looking good, but yeah, it's an add-on. I have a video on Replicanto on my YouTube if you guys want to check it out. Bro, we are bullish. I know, dude. I'm tired of winning, though. Someone tell Trump I'm tired of winning. He did say we were going to get tired of it. Tell him I said so. Tell him I said it's true. I am tired of winning. All right, somebody will have to let me know in the chat what color tie Powell is wearing when he walks in the room. If it's purple and the market just falls off a cliff, conspiracy is true. All right, it's 2:30. I'm not watching Powell, so you guys keep me updated, all right? Purple? All right, moment of truth. RP396 says, will go down, mark my words. I feel like every time someone in the chat has said mark my words, the opposite happens almost instantly after. So we're all blaming RP396 if this backfires now. Yeah, mark my words, it's going up. Yeah, stopped out on that one, boys. 300 even, almost 294 on this one. So not too bad. Kept it light there, but I would have just been kind of annoyed with myself if I would not have shorted this and then we just die, because I was already leaning for lower anyway. So I'm okay with this, but looks like he might beat the purple tie allegations. He might beat the purple tie allegations. Unless you guys were making that up. Maybe he's not wearing a purple tie. Maybe you guys are just all colorblind. But yes, this was the gap. I mean, we'll see what we do here. The 4-hour flipping back bullish now. Obviously didn't want to see that if this was going to continue in our favor. For lower. Strong wick on the previous hourly as well. And this hourly candle flipping bullish. He might beat the allegations, boys. He might beat the allegations today. Damn you, Jerome Powell. Trump was right. You're fired. You know it's bad when the purple tie stops working. Yeah, where is let me turn these off. This is 130 open, so your PM first presented for value gap is this 131 PM candle here. But yeah, here is your, let's see, here's your data high, data low. This will just be something if this just dies now. Oh my god. I will shit a brick. Bro, get the fuck out of here. This shit's about to dump. I'm gonna go back in this. I want to see Asia low at least. Break even at data low, which also happens to be New York midnight as well. Wish me luck, chat. Aren't I FOMOing? I don't think so. What's up, Haroon? You don't we going to data high? I'm assuming your question is you don't think we're going to data high? I mean, I'm trading with that expectation at the moment, yeah. But that's just because like overall in the higher time frames, I still think we look bearish, but I mean, here's the thing, if we go to data high, I don't see why we shouldn't go to previous day high on this, just looking at this 4 hour. In which case I'm totally outside, so you know, we'll see. But it might be 2 quick L's here if that is the case. What's my risk management strategy? Risk enough that I can afford taking 3 to 5 losses in a row. What's up, Zane? I'm doing all right. I'd be doing a lot better if this price would go down, though. I will say that. What's up, Matt? Golfing was all right, man. I didn't play very well, to be honest, but it was like a big it ended up being like a big scramble anyway, so our team ended up taking, I think, second. Dude, this might be I don't know, this might be 2 quick L's for me. Trying to short. I will, if this ends up being an L, though, I'll just wait. I'll just wait till top of the hour. And, let's just let the market do its thing for a bit. Yeah, 2 quick L's. 2 quick L's, minus 750, which is like my 1R on these accounts, but yeah, really the idea was, you know, seeing lower prices off of this 4-hour OB. Oops. So, yeah, not good. 2 L's. See what happens. Actually. There we go. Tyler, you never thought of potentially flipping bias after a loss would allow you to avoid taking back-to-back heavy losers? I mean, Jacob, I think that's a pretty silly thing to say. I could flip my bias and it'll just then my original bias will play out and I'll take 2 losses back-to-back flipping directions. That's called the cash release. That's called the cash release strategy. When you short and it loses, so then you take a long and then that loses, and then you did the exact opposite of what you were supposed to do. I'm not sad. I'm not sad. I'm not sad. But yeah, so I don't know. We managed risk. I took the trade that made sense to me. And the other reason that I'm not flipping like instantly, like I'm not. The trade wasn't based off of a fucking 1 minute structure, boys and girls. The entry was. The trade in and of itself was based off of 4-hour structure. So yeah, I mean, for me to flip bullish, I mean, I need to see a lot more structure print. You feel me? Do you feel me now, Mr. Krabs? Your account says help. Risk less. See, that's probably the main difference, though. How am I losing 2 trades down 750 and you guys are losing 2 trades buying 2 more resets? What's up with that? Another short temptation. All right. I literally just did that out of spite. But I'll ride with it. Why, man? I don't know. The chat's pissed me off. So I kind of just want to fade the chat. That's really my only answer. No, the only revenge thing about this trade was the entry itself. I just YOLO'd into the short. That's why my entry is the bottom of this fucking 1 minute wick. I love you, but you FOMO so much. No, just today. Yeah. Nice close on the previous 5 minute. Obviously, nice respect here. So obviously, I missed out on a better entry here by using your guys' language, FOMOing into the trade, but this shit's gonna sell, and you guys are all gonna have to apologize. Right? Somebody tell me I'm right. Yeah, B for me is data low. TP is Asia low for me. I look cute when I'm stressed. Really? What was that? 247. Man, getting this 2 o'clock macro here would be amazing if this end of hour and 2 p.m. hour could see an expansion lower. Well, ETN, that might be why they get upset, because yeah, they actually signed a risk agreement when they joined the live, saying that the trades that I'm taking is being directly withdrawn from their bank accounts. I'd be mad too. I get it. It's upsetting. I mean, don't get me wrong, chat. Don't get me wrong. If I had a crystal ball and I could have avoided these 2 shorts in here and those losses and then got in for the move that actually plays out, would that make my life better? Probably. But I don't have a crystal ball. And I can only trade what I see on the chart at that time. But the reality is, people always ask about risk management. It's like, dude, if your risk management plan can't allow you to take some paper cuts, I mean, you're risking too much. I'm break even now. Data low is being taken. No follow through. This obviously would be a disappointing outcome, but I want to see follow through to Asia low minimum. I am accepting apologies in the chat, by the way. If you guys want to start saying, sorry, Tyler, you were right, it is going lower. Feel free to drop those if you want. Why is you bearish? But I'm break even now. Data low being taken here. So again, if there's no follow through, this will likely be a BE stop. But I'm not going to partial here. Not going to close anything off here. I need better risk reward. Asia low is a perfect 1 to 2, basically a little over 1 to 2. So we'll see. But data low taken. So if we reverse and go back to the data high now, I mean, there's logic behind this move at this point, right? But it's obviously not too impressive yet unless we get this full delivery. And I will be red if I don't. So FOMO is FOMO though. Yeah, but the thing is even with my FOMO entry here, even if I get stopped out, like, what am I down? 1R on the day? Not even? Or I'm sorry, I take that back. 750 is my 1R. So I'd be down like just under 2R. I'd be like 1.5R. Right? So that's the difference. The reason that people are so, you know, they get so emotional about multiple losses is because most of you guys are risking so much that you're blowing your account every 2 or 3 losses. And that's just, I mean, that's the truth. Is it FOMO when I have like really high conviction in the move? And I don't want to miss it? I don't think so. As long as my risk is in check. You know? Now we're starting to see this flush. There we go. I am back in green here. Let me take a... We'll do a couple off there. This should really continue though. We just know how shorts have been. We know how shorts have been so far this month. Shorts have been short-lived. We've been talking about it all fucking month so far. So I will try to manage this the best that I can, but we have no SMT at this low. I think this should flush. This should continue. Give me Asia. Give me Asia. I think I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. Give me Asia. You missed the trade? Yeah, it's because you didn't FOMO in. Should have FOMO'd in. You'll learn. You'll learn. There we go. There's Asia. I'm going to hold one runner. See if we can just flush this BAsh to previous day low. Let's lock in. We'll lock in up to here. Jerome Powell says the economy is in a solid position as price is just melting. That's funny. All right, this is all we get. This is all we get. Asia low was my target. Let's see. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep trailing this if we can keep flushing. Yep, I am in green and hopefully getting greener if this can keep running. Yeah, the only thing that would have made this trade better was obviously if I didn't enter where I did and I got this entry instead, but maybe some of you guys got that one. Ooh. There we go. Come on. Keep going. I didn't love that previous close. And we wick down here, so I don't know. Let's see. Got to get a closure below this Asia low. Asia low on ES is 6,024.5, which we are close to right now. Must feel great to prove them all wrong. No, I mean, you're either when you lose, you're a bad trader. When you're right, you're lucky. That's how it works. Thanks, Benny. But yeah, right now we're sitting up like 105 points, 106 points. Right at that Asia low, so yeah, nice trade. Congrats to you guys that ended up catching it. Obviously, again, like I said, a little unfortunate that I took those couple paper cuts before the move, but ultimately stayed with the bias. Didn't flip bias like some of you guys were suggesting I do in the chat. Why? Because the higher time frame said not to do that, so... Struggling here at this Asia low. Might get trailed out on the runner here. That's all right if we do. Trailing it tight just because, again, this might be all we get before a big move back higher. And this is just my way of managing without giving too much back, I guess. But little 2-minute gap where my stop is at, so... will likely probably get trailed out. But yeah, man, nice little 108, 120-ish points through to the Asia low. It's not too shabby. There we go. Yeah, trailed out in profit there, boys and girls. So, yeah, made back the couple of paper cuts there with some profit. Stayed with the bias. Again, the trade was framed off of the 4-hour structure, right? So again, I know everybody's freaking out when the 1 minute is going batshit crazy. Obviously, I got induced into some shorts that ultimately ended up being early. It is what it is, but stuck with it. Stuck with it. Wasn't flipping to go long or anything like that. All purely off of this higher time frame. So, like, this is generally how we're looking to trade these markets, guys. Is higher time frame gives you the direction and the bias. Lower time frame is nothing more than entries. So I could not give you much better of an example than today, than that right there. You know, yes, this ended up being a large wick on the 4-hour, but it never made sense for me that this price should, based on what we've seen so far, should flip back bullish. And then, because, you know, again, then I just think we have much higher targets to go for, which price wasn't showing us at that moment. So that was that, man. I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense though to some of you guys. To some of you, it probably won't make sense, but that is what it is. But yeah, let me know if you guys caught the shorts there with me. I FOMO'd in and it paid off. So y'all can suck my weenie. I'm kidding. I should probably try to be more professional at times, but seriously, you know, listen, if you were in my chair reading some of the chat messages sometimes, you guys would just be up to here with it all this nonsense. Everybody's a genius when you lose trades. It's hilarious. Yeah, I know Nico was calling for shorts too, so. Yeah, maybe now the longs, right? We got data low sweep, Asia low taken as well. Obviously, ES hasn't taken its low. We have an SMT there technically until ES trades through there. I'll say this. This is what I would say. We are starting to break above this gap. If we invert this gap back higher, I think data high is probably pretty likely, if I'm being totally honest. Otherwise, if we don't find resistance here and we get above like this PM first presented fair value gap, I actually kind of like the delivered to data high, if I'm being honest. But it might be a little risky at the moment because this could still hold and get another leg lower. All right, ES is holding the gap right now. You know, so you could front run it if you're risky, if you're a risk taker. But you are still, keep in mind, you're still fading the 4 hour, right? You're still fading this. And in order, let's keep this in mind. In order for the data high to be taken, this 4 hour candle has to go back bullish. So what do you, you know what I mean? Like, what would you say the odds that happens is? It's not impossible. It could absolutely happen, but you got to know what you're up against on the higher time frame. And on the higher time frame, this is what you're up against. You got to flip this whole 4 hour candle bullish for that to happen. Does that make sense? So again, not impossible, but makes the long seem a little less likely, don't it? When you look at it like that. Anyway, yeah. Anywho, glad we caught that move. You guys don't, in this, I know it was like looked at as FOMO when I entered there, but I'm telling you guys, the one thing that would have caused me to tilt more than anything today would have been if I, let that move go without me. If you guys couldn't tell, I really was confident enough in that move that I was firing away, taking some paper cuts, trying to catch that move. So, yeah, I was a little early, but ultimately, the 2 PM macro delivered to that Asia low. So now the macro is about to be over. 2 PM macro actually started here. So, not shabby. Not shabby. See you at the 5. Yeah, we ended up getting that close on the 5 too. Maybe you took a 5-minute change in the state. That was a good entry opportunity. 3-minute maybe. Yeah, I won't deny that this was this was messy. What do we end up getting? Basically a 3 drives pattern higher here into the 15-minute wick of that rejection block. So yeah, we'll see. Let me know if you guys are still holding this or lower. Maybe you guys are demanding ES gets that Asia low, maybe previous day low possibly as well. Let me know in the chat if you guys are still holding this. Obviously the 15-minute you know, you hate to see these closures like that below, you know, session lows like that. Obviously, a 15-minute candle comes down, wicks the previous candle low as well, and now we're printing a bullish candle. It's a little nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna lie if you are holding shorts, but like I said, you got to flip this whole 4-hour candle in order to get to those data highs. So, gosh, to me, that would just be like this 4-hour candle would just be a fucking shit show if we do that. Sorry for my language, but man. The temptations paid off. Bias is bias. Is that what you believed? And then go for it. I respect it, brother. Hell yeah, chat. Hell yeah, chat. You didn't approve my vacation? I know. That's all right. Who'd you guys watch yesterday? My guess is that most of you watched Tanya because a lot of you guys were typing about Tanya in the chat. On Discord at least. How did it go? How did it go, boys and girls? I did not break. I broke the course record, Carlos, yesterday for balls lost and beers drank. That's it. That's it. Well, I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like an actual. You know, everybody kind of keeps their own score. I forgot it was actually because I played in it last year, and I forgot that it was just like a big scramble. So you're basically with a team of like 4 people, and you just play the best ball, or whoever had the best shot. And you know, I think that made me like not focus as hard. But I had some decent shots at times, but there were a lot of times where like somebody would just have like a really good shot. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna swing out like for like off the tee box. They had a really nice drive down the middle of the fairway. I'm like, all right, that just means I'm gonna swing out of my shoes on this drive because even if I slice mine to Kingdom Come, we're just gonna use this other guy's drive anyway. So I had a lot of those moments as well. In silence is so funny because you did it. What'd you do too? I just sat in front of my computer in silence. Oh, you guys are saying yesterday? I appreciate not everybody's cheating on me when I'm not streaming. Some of you guys, listen. It's true what Chris Brown said. These hoes ain't loyal sometimes. You guys out here just as soon as I'm away at work, you guys have your side chick come over and you hop on their streams. What's up with that? I did get a little sunburn yesterday too, though. Will he take 3 trade on prop firm or paper trading? He take 3 trade on prop firm or paper trading? What? I took 3 trades on prop, yes. Careless Whisper, nice. That sounds like a vibe. Turn on music. Well, is anybody type 1 in the chat, boys and girls? Type 1 in the chat if you took the shorts this afternoon. If we were in the same idea as it played out, and then type a 2 in the chat if anybody is still holding, and honestly, type a 3 in the chat if anybody flipped long. Where's everybody at right now? I kind of want to see how this plays out. We are getting into obviously power hour now, so you know, it's interesting. If this 4-hour candle, I didn't say it was impossible for it to. I was just pointing out the obvious, but that would be gnarly. This would be quite the action, I would say. And then yeah, this 4-hour will look a little bit sus, but never say never. Look at this 15. Holy cow. Holy cow. What's 4? What's 4? Didn't take trade? Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, type 4 if you didn't take a trade at all. I was gun-ho for the shorts. If you guys couldn't tell. Not a lot of numbers in the chat at all. What the fuck? What's going on, guys? What's going on? Green, red, or flat. We'll do a P&L check. See how everybody's doing. 69 if you being effed up. They left because they told you bullish. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see any of those guys apologizing as that thing was selling off. Go figure. Go figure. And they wonder why I get mad at them. Will you trade AM sessions today? I don't think so. No, for tomorrow. I'm assuming you're talking about. No, bank holiday tomorrow. I mean, I don't expect the action to be outstanding, so I'm not gonna trade that. But I will be live on Tradeify TV Friday, boys and girls. So no stream here on Friday morning. I will be live on Tradeify TV. I think they're having me on at like 9:15 Eastern, so like 15 minutes before the open. So yeah, just a heads up on that. And I'm assuming we'll be doing some giveaways, probably some special discounts. We'll see if Brett Simbo hooks it up. I assume he will. So hopefully you guys show up and show out, and we'll try to have a good time. The nice thing about Tradeify TV from the shows that I've watched and tuned into, I don't think I gotta filter myself too much, because you know what I mean. They like to let some profanity fly as well, and I like that. I like that. I will. I'll send a reminder in the Discord. Yeah, when it's going live. But at least if you show up to YouTube on Friday, you don't see me live on my channel. You'll know why. But how many trades you take max on the day? It really just depends on different factors, Willie. Like, obviously, my ideal situation is I take one trade and it's the perfect trade and it plays out perfect and I'm done. But it's not always the case. Obviously, today I took 3 attempts shorting, you know. But let me put it this way. I guess if I would have lost my 3rd attempt short, I would have probably just called it a day, because, you know, at some point you just got to stop doing damage to your account. But you know, I don't know. I don't risk, like, I don't oversize on my trades. I don't over risk, like, where if I lose 3 or 4 trades, 5 trades in a row, like, my accounts are gone. Like, I can endure a 5 trade losing streak, and then if I catch one winning trade, you know, generally that gets me back in green, gets me back most of those losses. So, but on a daily basis, it just kind of depends on how much money I've already lost for the day. Obviously the conditions that we have, my conviction in a draw, and things like that, you know. You know, some days are just shit conditions, and I'm like, I don't even think we're gonna get a draw towards anything today, so I just walk away. I'll hang around for PM session despite taking maybe 1 or 2 losses in the morning sometimes to try to catch the delivery. But it really just depends on the day, man. I don't have like a set rule that says I can only take this many trades a day. But more often than not, if I lose 2 or 3 trades in a session, I'm generally just walking away. If I don't walk away, it's generally because I'm going on tilt. So thank you, Daniel. There, see, guys? I'm putting it in the lure. I'm framing it and hanging it above the mantle. He formally apologized for the FOMO entry. Never doubt the trading capabilities. There you go. See? So that's not so hard. That's so hard. Daniel's a real one. He's a real one. But looking at the P&L check, most of the chat is green, and the second biggest vote is flat. So Yeah, it sounds like a lot of people didn't. Sounds like a lot of people didn't trade at all. But yeah, shout out to you guys that took the short entry in this gap. I entered on the next candle in this wick, but if you got this gap entry, I mean, just look what that does to your risk reward versus where my entry was. I think my stop was like right here. So like my risk reward was like a 2R to the Asia low here. But if you got this entry, oh man, turns into a 4 to 1R. Pretty sick. So yeah, kudos to you guys if you took like the 30s or 40s. If, did we even get to the 40s? Yeah, 40 even would have been probably the sniper entry. So shout out to you guys if you guys caught that. That's pretty sick stuff. But yeah, boys, we'll be live tomorrow on Tradeify TV. We'll be doing some giveaways probably and some special discounts. I believe I'm just due to how the week worked out, I believe I might be the only like special guest for the week. So it just kind of worked out that way. We'll see what they got in store for you. But appreciate you guys showing up as always. Like the stream before you go. If you guys are holding positions for lower or higher here, we are back in the middle of this range. Data high still intact. Asia low and data low obviously have been taken now. So, you know, maybe you could start seeing that flip. My thought process was that if we didn't hold this gap, at least from a lower time frame perspective, the higher made sense. It's just maybe the only thing that would make you hesitate was, again, this 4-hour candle needing to flip all the way back bullish. But yeah, man, caught the shorts ultimately after a couple paper cuts. Obviously not the cleanest day, but green nonetheless. And just glad it finally worked out for me. Son of a gun. Son of a gun, you know. But no trading tomorrow. Tomorrow's a bank holiday, so I'll be off. The market will still be open in the morning. Closes at, I believe, 1 p.m. Eastern, and then reopens again at 6 normal time. But boys and girls, appreciate you. Hit the like button before you go. We'll call it a W for the FOMC stream of the June edition of 2025. Boys and girls, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and I will see you guys on Tradeify TV on Friday. Peace and love, everybody.
Our trade sits at his desk, coffee in hand. The NASDAQ charts on his screen, he's in command. He's a day trader, chasing dollars and dreams. Using ICT concepts, he's got some tricks up his sleeves. From Fibonacci retracements to volume spread analysis, Tyler knows the smart money. He's gaining an advantage. He watches the market like a hawk in the sky. With every tick and every turn, he's catching the high. Running with the smart money, kicking up dust. Tyler trades a day trader you can trust. Dancing with the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire. With the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire.